The snowstorm had shut down almost every flight that night. The airport was crowded, loud, and restless. People complained in long lines, children cried, and the speakers kept announcing new delays. In the middle of it all, Maya moved quickly through the crowd, wearing her navy blue janitor's uniform and a bright safety vest that was a size too big. In her arms, she carried her 5-year-old daughter, Ella, who was burning with fever. Maya's arms ached, but she didn't stop. She needed to find medicine or hot water, anything to make her daughter feel better. She turned a corner too fast and bumped into someone. Her cleaning cart hit a man's briefcase with a loud scrape. "Oh, I'm so sorry," she said breathlessly. The man turned. He was tall, wearing a dark gray suit and an expensive coat. His eyes were sharp, his expression serious. He looked ready to brush her off until he saw her face. For a second, something changed in his eyes. A flash of recognition. Then, just as quickly, he looked away. Maya stood frozen. Her heart pounded. "Ethan," she whispered. He stopped mid-step. He didn't turn right away, but when he finally did, his face was calm, almost too calm. "Do you still remember me?" she asked softly. Ethan didn't answer. He gave a small nod, then turned and walked away. Maya stood there holding her sick child, her breath shaking. Yes, he remembered. But maybe that was the problem. Years ago, Maya and Ethan had been in love. She was a university student studying literature. He was a young man working long hours at the city docks while studying logistics at night. He didn't have much, but he dreamed big. She loved how he talked about building something better for their future. They had spent nights sharing instant noodles and dreams. He promised to take her to the coast one day. She promised to wait for him. But life changed. Ethan got a job offer in another city. He left, and Maya waited, until her mother pressured her to end it. Her mother said Ethan was just a laborer and would never be enough. Heartbroken, Maya wrote a letter ending things, trying to set him free. But Ethan never received it. He'd been in a car accident and was in the hospital. When he finally returned, the letter was gone. Maya thought he had moved on. Ethan thought she had left him. And so they both did what broken hearts do. They survived. The storm outside raged through the night. Flights were still canceled. Maya sat in a corner of the airport with Ella sleeping beside her. She stroked her daughter's hair, exhaustion weighing on her like a heavy coat. Across the terminal, Ethan sat in a lounge chair, unable to rest. He kept thinking about her. Maya, once full of light, now worn and tired, holding a sick child. He had built an empire, but seeing her again made him realize what he'd lost along the way. When he saw her later struggling to lift a heavy water jug, he stepped forward. "Let me," he said quietly. She turned, startled. Before she could speak, he lifted the jug with ease and placed it in the dispenser. Then he filled a bottle with hot water and handed it to her. "It's still warm. She'll need it," he said. Maya looked up, unsure what to say. He gave a short nod and turned to go. From behind them, Ella's small voice broke the silence. "Mommy, is that the man from your old picture?" Ethan stopped walking. He didn't turn, but the question hung in the air. After a pause,
Where do you see yourself
he
in the
left
next
without a
5 years?
word.
I'm looking
Weeks
for a
later,
role where I can
Maya went
really
back to her
grow and
routine,
take on more leadership
working night shifts,
responsibilities.
paying bills, trying to keep up. But one morning, she received an unexpected email. An interview invitation for a data entry job at a logistics company. She didn't know how they found her, but the offer seemed real. The hours were flexible and the office was close to home. She went to the interview nervous but hopeful. She told the truth about being a single mom, about needing time for her daughter. They hired her, What she didn't know was that Ethan had arranged it quietly, using his influence to give her a chance, without making her feel like a charity case. At the new
Let's take a
job,
breath. Safety
Maya
protocol
worked
states
hard.
we must secure this area
She was
first.
precise,
We're already behind
careful,
schedule.
and
I
dependable.
understand, but safety comes first.
One afternoon, a coworker yelled at her for entering an old code into the system. She stood frozen, embarrassed. Then a calm voice said from behind them, "Actually, that code hasn't been updated yet. She did nothing wrong." Everyone turned. Ethan stood there in his business jacket, holding a clipboard. He gave Maya a reassuring look. "You did the right thing," he said. He didn't stay long, but his words stayed with her. For the first time in years, she felt seen, not pitied, but respected. From then on, little things began to appear. A pair of soft gloves left on her desk one cold morning. A bottle of eucalyptus oil for her sore wrists. A warm meal waiting on her apartment stairway after a long shift. With a note that simply said, "You deserve rest." Maya knew who it was. But she didn't confront him. Instead, she let those quiet gestures remind her that kindness could still exist between people with a painful past. Ethan never offered to rescue her. He gave her something much harder to find: dignity. Months passed. The company announced a 10-year anniversary gala, and Maya received a formal invitation. She almost didn't go, but her daughter insisted. That night, she wore a simple green dress she'd kept from her college days. Ella twirled beside her in her favorite pink dress, her laughter lighting up the car ride. The event was grand: lights, music, expensive suits. Maya stayed near the back, unnoticed, until Ethan walked on stage. He began his speech about the company's journey, thanking the workers who built it from the ground up. Then his tone softened. "I used to think success meant never looking back," he said. "But sometimes, when you do look back, you find the person who taught you how to care, how to work, how to believe." His eyes found Maya's in the crowd. And sometimes, you realize that the strongest people aren't the ones at the top, but the ones who never give up, even when no one sees them. The room was silent. Maya's eyes blurred with tears. After the event, Ethan found her near the exit. "I don't want to ask for the past," he said softly. "But if you'll let me, I'd like to be part of your present." Maya looked at him for a long time. "We're not the same people we once were," she said. He smiled gently. "No, but I still take my coffee black." She laughed, the same laugh he remembered. And for the first time in years, they both stopped running from what had been lost. Months later, Maya became a floor manager at the company. She rented a small apartment near Ella's school, a real home, cozy and safe. Ethan often joined them for dinner, bringing muffins or books for Ella. He didn't try to take over her life. He simply fit into it, quietly and naturally. On a sunny Saturday, they walked together in the park. Ella ran ahead, her pink dress fluttering like a flag of joy. Maya looked at Ethan. "Do you remember that night at the airport?" she asked. "When you asked if I remembered you," he said. I didn't know what to say. "And now?" He met her gaze and smiled. "Now I remember everything, and I won't forget again." Ella came running back and grabbed both their hands. "Let's go, my team," she shouted. The three of them laughed and walked forward, their shadows stretching across the grass. Three hearts that had once been broken, now whole again. Sometimes love doesn't need grand promises or perfect timing. Sometimes it just needs kindness, courage, and the chance to begin again.